What's up, guys? Welcome to VC Sports. Today we'll be talking about the Dolphins, unfortunately, and I've got to tell you guys, I told you so. And I know this is my first video, so you guys will be like, oh, who are you talking about? But I've told multiple people. I told multiple people before the season starts. Do not be surprised when this shit show goes completely off the rails, and that's exactly what's happened. I know we've been I haven't, but I know a lot of Dolphin fans have been blindsided by the 4-game winning streak that we were on prior to Monday night's game. But, I mean, this team was never good. We were never going to go anywhere. We were a long shot to make the playoffs anyway, and we weren't going to. But going into the season, I'm like, I couldn't believe the amount of people that actually thought we were going to be a good team. When 10 to 12 games I was seeing all over the place, the guys on ESPN and all the talk shows and stuff, they weren't fooled. I wasn't fooled for sure. I said we would win a max of 9 games, and that's if we were lucky enough to do so. And now look where we are. We're sitting at 6-8, and the worst part is we were doing what we were supposed to do. I was glad that we were losing. What were we, like 1-5, 2-7 at one point? Like, we were actually doing really, really good because this team needs a high draft pick. I know the draft isn't like crazy good, but we need a high draft pick. I am tired of this team every single year either not making the playoffs, or if we're lucky enough to do make the playoffs, we get bounced in the first round, and we're stuck with a first round pick somewhere between 13 and 22 every single season. Like it's extremely annoying. Like, we're never getting a good draft pick because we're obsessed with being not bad enough to be one of the worst teams in the league, but not good enough to be one of like the better teams in the league. We're just mid every single year. Mid. Apart from that one season, I think that was Brian Flores' first year where we were intentionally tanking. That's the only year, as far as I'm concerned, or at least from what I can remember, of us actually going into season wanting to lose games. And it's just very tiring. So we've completely ruined our season from a draft standpoint, because if you look at the draft order, we're not going to get any higher than 10 or 9. There's only 3 games left of the season. We're not going to get any higher than 10 or 9 because the Falcons are ahead of us. We beat the Falcons. We play the Bengals next week. We've already beaten the Saints. We beat the Commanders. Swept the Jets. Like, we're not gonna we can't get what we need, and that's like a top 5 draft pick. We're not gonna get there. So lucky for us, we should lose our last 3 games. If Burrow and Chase play next week, we can't win that. We're not gonna win that game, or at least we shouldn't. We play New England last game of the year. They're gonna be playing for something, so it's not like they're gonna rest their starters. And it's in New England in the cold. We're not winning that game, and I highly doubt who we play after Cincinnati. Tampa. We're not gonna beat Tampa. They're gonna be playing for something too. So this season it's just gotten completely out of control, and it's very annoying. Tua, I was done with Tua 2 years ago. At first, we could use the excuse of him not always being healthy, and that was fine. But like, that was fine at first to use that excuse. Okay, when he's on the field, he's usually good. That was a stretch to some extent, but that's where we were early on in his career. But he's gotten worse as the years have gone on, and that's crazy considering that Mike McDaniel, his main purpose when he first came here was to put in a system that works for Tua and the rest of the team. And it did at first. We were great that one year. What was that, 22 or 23? Where we started off hot. We were like 9-2, 9-3 at some point. And then we lost that Titans game, and then really, if you actually think about it, from the downfall of the Dolphins really started from that Titans game when we blew that game. I think Will Levis was the quarterback at the time. That's when the downfall of the Dolphins really started. But that was a really one good year with Tua and a healthy team. And we still didn't even win a playoff game then. So, I mean, it's just gotten to a point. I'm glad that we had fired Chris Greer earlier in the year. Because at least we did something, because we usually do nothing. We just sit in the fire and let the entire thing ride, no matter how bad it gets. But I'm glad we fired Greer earlier in the season. He had to go. But now it's time for McDaniel to go, and most importantly, it's time for Tua to go. I cannot stand that I've been a Dolphins fan all these years, and we haven't had a good quarterback. We just never had a good quarterback. Phillip Rivers is like 50 years old, and he played better than Tua on Sunday. And he played Seattle, one of the best teams in the league. A 50-year-old Phillip Rivers is better than Tua, guys. Like, there's no escaping that. There's no avoiding. Like, that's where we're at in 2025. So I'm glad. Last night was the first time, I think, all season that I sat down purposely to watch a full Miami Dolphins game, because I've been done with the season from the very beginning. That was so depressing to watch. It was so depressing. The defense hung in there as long as they could. Pittsburgh had 0 points with like under a minute to go in the first half, and they scored a touchdown right before halftime. They were doing their job. I know the Steelers' offense isn't something to really brag over, but they were doing their absolute job out there, and Tua and the offense could not get anything going. Devon Achane, he can't do everything himself, as great as he is, and he's the only bright spot on this team. As great as he is, he cannot do everything. Impossible. At the end of the day, you cannot win in this league with trash quarterback play, and that's exactly what Tua is. He's just trash. He's trash. And it sucks that as stupid as this organization is, it would not surprise me, because McDaniel and Tua should both go, but it would not surprise me if both are back next week. Not next year. It wouldn't surprise me, because Stephen Ross doesn't care about the team. I'm sure he claims he does, but he doesn't care about the team. He needs to go also, but that's obviously not going to happen. He doesn't care about the team. He loves McDaniel. He loves Tua. And that's just what it comes down to. Tua's contract is horrible. $39 million next year, 31 after that, 41 after that. It's just gotten so bad, and even as bad as it gets, like I said earlier, we're still not even going to get that good of a draft pick unless something crazy happens, which it won't, in terms of teams ahead of us winning games. The only team ahead of us I could see like winning the rest of their games just for no reason would be Cincinnati, because they're generally like, at least the offense is good. The defense is horrible, but the offense is good. So they could win some games, but you got teams like I said, the Saints and people, like, we're not going to get any higher than 9. So, I mean, I just hope that all you Dolphins fans out there, you've waken up. If any 2-and-years out there, I hope that entire clan has just disappeared over the last like year and a half, because there were a bunch of you guys in the beginning who just got completely out of control. There was a whole shit ton of you guys. I hope you guys are all gone. You've all seen the light. Because this guy is just not it. He's not good at all. And by the way, we need to be starting Quinn Ewers for the last 3 games. I don't care if he's bad too, but we need something. He's a rookie. We either drafted him in the 7th round or he's undrafted. It was one of those. Or maybe the 6th round. We need to see what he has so we could go into the offseason and be like, okay, we need to completely reshape our quarterback room. And it's so obvious. It's so obvious. Everybody knows it. I'm sure the players knows that we need to change at quarterback at the most. But everyone except for apparently the front office and Stephen Ross knows what needs to be done. So it's just up to them on whether or not they have the balls to do what's right for the fan base and for themselves, for the players. Because Tua has lost the respect of everybody. He kept talking in all those interviews and post-game press conferences earlier on in the year when we kept on losing. He makes excuses every single time. He takes no accountability. And he's just flat out lost respect from everybody. There can't be a single guy in that locker room who actually listens to Tua, other than maybe Waddle, and that's because they went to college together. Like, who's actually listening to this guy? He's not a leader. Like, he's just a bad football player. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy. But on the football field, he just sucks, and he doesn't belong on this team. He does not. I pray to God this guy is not he's not on my team next year, bro, because I cannot stand watching him play anymore. 15 interceptions, dude. Unbelievable. And they're all bad. They're all horrible interceptions. He should have 20. I've never seen, and I don't watch a lot of other teams as much as the Dolphins, but from my perspective, I've never seen so many passes dropped, so many interceptions dropped from one quarterback. Tua has to have the most dropped interceptions since he's come into the league. Because it seems like he'll have 1 or 2 picks for a game, and then you'll actually look at the highlights, or if you actually look at the full game, he should have ended the game with 5 interceptions. That's how bad his throws are. He doesn't see the field at all. And I couldn't do anything but laugh at Troy. Did you guys listen? Will you guys listen to Troy Aikman just picking him apart all night long? I couldn't do nothing but laugh because everything he was saying was true. He's like, oh, I don't understand what he's seeing out in the field. Every time he throws the ball, you think he's get picked. Like he was saying that shit like that all night. And I'm just like, yup. And he's like, oh, I'm sure Dolphins fans have been seeing this all season. Absolutely we have. And we're sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of it. And I know I am. Because this is just, it's just dumb. And don't even get me started on our salary cap situation. We talking about Tua. We got guys like Tyreek Hill next year. Bradley Chubb. We just traded for Minka. Waddle. This entire team just needs to get blown up. Again, it's up to Ross and whoever the next GM is going to be to do what's right to fix his team. Do what needs to be done and just blow this entire shit up. So that's my take on what was Dolphins versus Steelers. I can't believe I was hyped for that game. I don't know, it's because it was Monday night. I genuinely thought we were going to win the game. I don't know if it's because the Dolphins fooled us by beating the Bills a few weeks ago. I don't know, maybe that's the reason why. But I genuinely thought we were going to win last night. And the fact that it was 28-3 in the fourth quarter, that was a massive disappointment, but also a slap of reality because again, the 4-game win streak that we were just on kind of fooled a bunch of people, a bunch of Dolphins fans. of what this team could be, or maybe there's a chance we can make the playoffs. The teams ahead of us loses up, and this game just smacked us right back into reality. It's like, nope, we suck. Tua sucks. Even when we were winning, Tua was still throwing interceptions. Like, we were winning because of Devon Achane in the defense, but that's it. Yeah, like I said, that's my take on the game last night. That's my take on the Dolphins. I'll be back next Monday or maybe Sunday night after we hopefully lose to the Cincinnati Bengals to talk about them. Yeah, that again, this team just absolutely sucks and it drains my soul. I'd rather much be talking about the Miami Hurricanes playoff game on Saturday than be talking about these fools. That's the only thing us Miami fans have, other Hurricanes now, because the Dolphins suck and the Heat have been slumping lately. But we'll get into that in another video. So thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.